are you in my Twitch chat right now? Do you see the chat?
No, I don't. Should I look at your Twitch chat?
Yeah. You should open the chat. Well, they literally.
Hold on. I actually do. I think I actually do want to look at your Twitch chat. Hold on. I think can they see me yet?
They can see you. They can see you. They're.
Can the Twitch chat see me?
They can see you. And listen, dude. You know, I don't want to just come out here just going fucking crazy.
Go crazy.
Just no. Just no. I just played a Drake song, and the only thing in my chat was 3 out of 10.
Oh, ugly melon.
Hold on.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving your.
No, chat. Stop being nice to him. This is the enemy right now. Stop.
Are they? I saw a few people being mean. Are they being nice or are they being mean?
Dude, they're calling you the GOAT.
No, don't call me we're here for a battle.
Dude, listen. I just want to know, because listen, I've seen your videos. I've been watching your videos for years. Okay. I just want to know, and like this is truly like I need to know for my own sanity.
Yeah.
If this is some kind of genius level act that is, you know, this trolling Drake fans and Drake himself. I just want to know like what this is.
No, I have no conception that Drake even watches my videos or cares. Like I have no. I mean, he's probably a relatively online guy. Like he knows who DJ Academics is, and he knows enough about DJ Academics to know to avoid DJ Academics. So I mean, he's probably seen some of the reviews. I don't know, but like I'm not under the impression that like he really cares. I don't think Drake cares all that much about some weird YouTube reviewer guy. I think he probably has rappers to worry about.
I mean, but even so, if he did care, you would be different. Like that's what I'm like. What do you mean?
No, I mean, if he did care, I wouldn't really change my opinion because I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really make my reviews for Drake. I make my reviews for me and opinionated music fans who also just kind of want to get in on the debate and the discourse. That's all. I mean, you know, I don't make my videos for artists. At the end of the day, if they see it and they fuck with it, or even if they hate it, that's fine and that's cool. I mean, you know, it's your art and it's your your baby that you make. You're entitled to hate me or disagree with me. But like, you know, I don't do what I do to, piss artists off or make artists like me.
But do you hold? Okay, so are you so tough on Drake because you hold him to some higher standard or something, or like what is it? Because I know for a fact there's people making songs that are not nearly as good as Drake's music, and you're giving them higher reviews. And
okay,
it's like,
I want a specific example because honestly, like I feel
you rated KSI's album higher than CLB.
Slightly.
What do you mean slightly, dude? You're comparing KSI to Drake, and he's above Drake. That's in your honest opinion. That's your honest opinion.
He's above Drake in this instance. I've given like a majority of Drake reviews across Drake's entire catalog. I've given Drake way more positive reviews than I've given KSI. We're talking about this one album in this one instance. If KSI came out with Girls Like Girls, yeah, that song would be shit on his record too.
No, I truly believe if other artists did that, you would find the humor in it, and you'd find the quirkiness in it. But with Drake, it's automatically corny.
But with Drake, it's not even that it's corny. Like corny is obviously part of it. But like the other part of Girls Like Girls is that there's no flavor or personality or I guess attitude to anything that he's saying. He sounds half the fuck asleep while he's saying all of it. So it's like, what's funny about it?
Dude,
he sounds half the fuck asleep while he's doing it. So where is the humor? Because honestly, like I see your point. I see what you're saying. Like if Danny Brown said that line and then followed it up with a bar about like, I don't know, eating pussy from the back or something, like, okay, then I could kind of see it. But the thing is, like, Drake just sounds asleep at the fucking wheel while he's doing it.
That's another thing I had a problem with watching the review is like, you're just saying that his energy is low and like all this stuff.
Energy across the whole LP.
Well, what is he supposed to do? Like, what kind of energy should he have that's gonna be good for you? Because I feel like it wouldn't matter what, because there's different energy levels on this whole album, and you still gave it the same. Like, you never, every single song that had someone else on it, you're like, oh yeah, no, this was completely Kid Cudi's song. Oh, dude, this was Ty Dolla $ign.
Listen,
M's.
this, like, the energy that he came with on You Only Live Twice, that was an energy, and, you know, granted, like, Drake's always had songs on his albums, like Marvin's Room, for example, where it's, like, super weird, it's super low-key, and it's super moody, and, you know, it's kind of a sadder track, and it's more introspective track. But, like, when he came through with a banger, like, it always had, like, that super strong, decisive, You Only Live Twice kind of thing. Whether you're talking about headlines or whether you're talking about Lord Knows, like, I feel like that level of energy and that level of, like, precision in his rapping
holy
is just,
shit.
like, such a rarity on this record, and it was disappointing because of that.
So you like Drake more? You like Drake more like upbeat, kind of like not like laid back. Like you like Drake.
It's not even so much more or less because I liked a lot of the aspects of the Ty Dolla $ign song. I wish it had more variation to it, but like when Drake sings over a good tune, it's great. It's fine. I don't mind a low-key Drake track if it's well put together and he sounds engaged and it has a strong melody to it and there's a chorus and there's a narrative I can get behind. That's fine. But like, you know, I guess I'm not so much into these weird middle-of-the-road songs that I feel like we're all over the record. Like, they're not so much sad or depressing or super introspective, but they're not going hard either. I felt like we were just kind of hanging in this weird, you know, in the yellow, middle of the road thing for a lot of the LP, where he wasn't going in one direction, he wasn't going in the other. It was just kind of like a lack of emotion. It wasn't aggression. It wasn't sadness. It was more of an emotional void.
But listen, so you said something that was interesting just now. You were like, oh, if you said, was you using Danny Brown or something?
I use Danny Brown as an example of somebody who, if you gave him a lesbian bar, he'd probably do something wacky with it, and it would make sense.
Who's like your favorite artist? Would you say like a hip hop artist? Like, who would you say is like one of your favorites? Because obviously it's not Drake. Like, who's one of your favorites? Yeah.
Okay. So some artists who I've given really positive reviews to that you're probably aware of, but more contemporaries like Danny Brown, Kendrick. I'm really into. The new Little Sims record, that's really good.
Okay.
And also, people in chat are saying Joey Badass. I do fuck with Joey Badass. I'm trying to think of who else I was into as of. I liked the new Nas LP quite a bit as well. King's Disease 2 I thought was really good.
But when you said I know. So why can't it just be like? Hey guys, listen, I'm starting this review. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Drake. I'm gonna just be honest. I like all these other guys. I don't like Drake.
I've liked stuff he's done in the past. I've liked stuff he's done in the past. I think if you're reading this is too late is a great mixtape. It's a great project.
Yeah, you can't deny that. Even if you wanted to as a Drake hater, you couldn't deny that.
But no. Listen, even Drake haters could hate that project.
No, they can't. If you hate that, you get laughed at.
Yes,
like you get like ridiculed.
No. I hate this argument. There are even some Kendrick fans that make this stupid argument where they say to me, well, you're not a real Kendrick fan because you gave T-Pap a 10. Like, you have to give it a 10. You can't give it anything else. No. Like, I appreciate that project. That project is not so, like, outside of Drake's, Drake didn't go God mode on that fucking record. Like, it's a very good record, and I feel like it's because he did what he did incredibly well, and it was focused, and it had just, like, one great chorus after another, super memorable lines.
Maybe we can do some stealth.
Like, there are still choruses on that record to this day that are stuck in my head.
You know what else? You know what other album record that has a lot of good choruses and a lot of memorable lines is Views.
God damn it! So I don't think I can get perfect headshots. It's extremely difficult.
Views was boring.
If we're tiering like Views.
No, don't tier his albums versus his album.
Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. Where does Views rank?
Listen. Views, if it was someone else's album, that's one of their best albums, if not the best. It just is.
Let's not play with that argument. I hate that argument.
This isn't an argument.
No, it's a silly argument because I see people make that same shit with like, well, would T-Pap still be a 10 if
No, because you're comparing it to
Tekashi
Drake,
6ix9ine
who
made
has
it? Come on, that's
legendary
silly.
out, like, Take Care.
Nobody else would
If
make
the arena's too
views
late, nothing
other
was
than...
spent.
You can't say if somebody else made views because nobody else would make views other than Drake.
Okay, but so if we're talking about like a lot of people are liking to compare Kanye and shit right now. The reason I don't think anyone could be like, yo, this Donda's like top 3 is because Kanye already has legendary albums that will never be surpassed.
Well,
so that's why it's like
I don't think Donda's top 3 in Kanye's catalog.
I know, of course it's not.
No,
It just
I don't
isn't.
think
But
that's the case.
but this is my point. Is like I can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, Views is top 3.
What the fuck are you guys shooting at?
Good ass albums that can't be surpassed. That doesn't mean Views isn't good, and it definitely doesn't mean Views is painfully boring. Dude, you have to be trolling. You're smiling, laughing right now.
I'm smiling and laughing
bro.
because, dude, the answer is right in front of your face because Views came right out after freaking, well, not came out immediately, but came out, you know, in succession right after If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and that project has fucking fire from front to back. And Views does not have nearly as many hard-hitting tracks. Not nearly as many. The most memorable
I gotta disagree
and
with
catchy
that.
song
I gotta
on
disagree
Views.
strongly with that, bro. Views has literally songs, and I know people say, oh, numbers don't matter. There's literally songs on Views that have 1 billion plays on Spotify. These are not like, how is that not a good song? Like, I'm confused.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at Views right now. Just to refresh my memory. Just to refresh my memory. But like, tell me what song on. But listen, I'm looking it up to refresh my memory. You're the #1 Drake stan. Don't look at the record. You should have that album tattooed on your ass. What song on this record goes harder than Energy?
Oh my
What
God.
up, boys? Where are we going?
What's
popping off.
You're telling me it's just as good.
Energy.
What song on this
Oh,
record
let's
goes
get it.
harder or
I
just
got the
as
team,
hard
the
as
squad, the gang. Let's fuck them.
I would say probably half the album.
No.
And then the other half.
Intel, take the intel. Found lolly porn.
Just any song. Just name the
Enemy
track.
illegal
Give me a
lolly
title.
porn.
Dude, I mean, well, what do you mean harder? Because these are different types of songs, though.
Okay.
Like,
all right,
you
all right.
with me,
It's a
feel
different
no
type.
ways.
It's a different type.
It's
now.
a different
type of thing.
It's not like a go hard type of song. Like Faithful, Fire and Desire. Like, these are not like, oh, like fucking Drake going crazy. Like that, but this is my point, bro. You're making a comparison that makes no sense. Like, just say, dude, this is what you can say. Be like, oh, I like when Drake does this. I don't like when he does, like, a Marvin's Room. Just do that then. Don't just be like, oh, he has no energy, it's ass. He's doing a different type. When Kanye changes his cadence and is doing a different vibe, no one's like, oh, dude, Kanye has no energy and no effort. What? No one does that. No one does it for anyone. Dude, Kendrick Lamar could come on an album and make a fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks voice, and you'll be like, yo, that was fucking genius. Like, come on, bro.
Some of Kendrick's weird, funny little inflections I have, shat on before. And Kanye West, there have been records from Kanye where I think he has put in little to no effort, or he's been, maybe a little bit to actually like be as on point as he should be. Jesus is King being like prime example. I think Kanye was too off his fucking rocker to put into that record what that record needed to be good. So, like, I'm not just, and look, I've been known as a Kanye hater long before I was known as a Drake hater. So,
Well, you were a Kanye hater? What did you give Life of Pablo?
Originally, I gave Life of Pablo a 6, and then which I've given some Drake records a 6, but then he fixed the mix, and I thought it was better. I gave it a more positive review after he kind of fixed the mix. But everybody knows that I gave Dark Fantasy a 6, and everybody fucking hates me across the planet for it. So, I've been pretty critical of Kanye over the years as well.
I think what this really is I don't think your #1 genre of music, and I don't know you personally, what you listen to off stream and off video. I don't think your #1 genre is hip hop rap. I think that you're into like weird shit too. Like, is that not? Like, I don't.
Wait,
It's like
what is that? Well, I mean, not only is my most viewed video on the channel a hip hop rap album, and it's an album that I can to, but I've been listening to rap all my life. I mean, rap.
No, I know you. I'm saying though.
Entire life, number one, and number two. You know, are you saying that there isn't any weird hip hop or rap music? Like there's no weird stuff
Big guys!
that I might appreciate since I just like
No.
Two of them.
When you made a video, because I told you I've been watching you for years.
Yeah.
You made a video. You always do this. It's like you're like the best singles of the year or something.
Yeah.
And like there was a song I found on one of your videos. It was the most bizarre thing ever. I don't know what it was called.
You know what it was
but
called?
I edited to my, I think, hold on. It had like, there was a girl in the cover. She was like Asian. I don't know the name of it, but it was, damn. That's probably not specific enough.
It's probably not.
Yeah, that's not.
Look, I mean, I cover a lot of different genres on the channel, and I cover a lot of underground stuff.
Hold on, wait. This is the point I was trying to make, but before I lose my train of thought. My train of thought was this. Dude, those two Kanye albums are literally like amazing. And like, even if you at one point thought it was a 6.
Are you talking about Pablo?
I'm talking about Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and Pablo.
Yeah, I love Pablo.
And these are
Pablo's great.
out of 10, right?
I think Pablo's great. Yeah, it's out of 10. But I think Pablo's great. And look, I have reasons why I like, you know, Pablo more than Dark Fantasy, and we don't have to get into that though. But I think Pablo's great.
I do. I just, man, like, my problem is just that I just think it's so. I just think there's just this clear bias, and I think you're trolling. But I don't think you'll ever do it. Never.
So your argument is that, or ultimately, like, what your issue is ultimately is that you think. Look, I think there's kind of a difference between I'm just a hater and I hate Drake and I genuinely have like, you know, negative feelings toward the guy and I couldn't ever give him like, you know, a fair review because I just hate Drake and I have a Drake bias, or do you genuinely feel like I'm making up my dislike of Drake's music and what I actually like it in secret, but I don't want to admit that I like it for the sake of.
No. I actually don't think you like it.
Okay.
I think that you're playing into it because you know that it's good for YouTube. Like it's just funny. Like it's literally, you're gonna have literally 10,000 comments by tomorrow on this video, and this is just the point of YouTube. Like, I just think that's why you're doing it. I mean,
honestly, my review, when it's a highly anticipated record, I get lots of comments and engagement, whether it's a positive one or a negative one. And I've seen that across the catalogs of certain artists that I've been covering for years. You know, whether that be, again, Kendrick.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing, bro. I'm telling you, I've been watching you for years.
Okay.
And you do genuine reviews.
Okay.
Like, you do genuine reviews. But I just think when I watch you do Drake reviews, something changes, and I think you have like a trolly undertone, bro. That's the only thing. And I'm not even being biased, because I also like Kanye, like.
I'm not gonna deny the fact that like when I'm doing a Drake review, am I holding no bars? Like, yeah, I'm not holding any bars. Like I'm not, or it's no holds barred is what I'd rather say.
Yeah, you're gonna go extra hard on Drake.
I'm not like pulling any punches. Like, it sucks, and the reasons that I feel like it sucks, I have no reason not to say, honestly. You know, so you know, it's hold no mercy. Because
what the
fuck?
Kind
of attitude that I'm taking with it. However,
no, because what? Because what? Like, what is it? What is it? That's what I'm looking for. What is it?
Because that's what people expect from me. They expect from me, if I don't like something, to be really honest about it. And just, you know, look, there are artists out there that honestly have gotten way worse reviews than I think Drake will ever get. Like, as even the worst Drake record, in my opinion, will most likely probably never be as bad as like the last Green Day record or the Tones and I album that I just shit on that I gave a 0 out of 10. And I don't think Drake will ever put out an album as bad as Chance the Rapper's The Big Day, which is also one of my most negative reviews ever.
Yeah, that was cut off.
So you know, so even though I do you know, go hard on these records when I think Drake is like, you know, really kind of tripping up, I don't think Drake is ever going to put out an album that's quite that bad, because I think Drake, no matter what he's doing, even if he is going into a project with low energy, he is pretty married to whatever aesthetically is going to appeal to the widest amount of people.
Try to go for it.
Think, you know,
Wasted too much ammo.
For example, like
Gotta pick up enemy guns
like
when I run out.
bullshitting, you know, his way through that album and doing any weird fucking horrible idea that came to his head. Which, you know, again, to remind people who might have seen the review or didn't see the review, I do think Way Too Sexy is that bad, though. I do think that's Drake's Hot Shower, if I'm being honest.
Dude, you can't listen to Hot Shower and listen to that. You can think it's corny. Come on, bro, that's a catchy ass song. No, Way Too Sexy. It is. Listen, I love Drake. That's just corny, but it's just funny, bro. He's not doing a hot shower, bro. That was so disrespectful, bro. That was that's actually insane that you would say that out loud.
I'm sorry. It's just how I feel though. Now I'm looking at I'm looking at some of my reviews and I don't know, man. Like some of my reviews I've done of Drake's music in the past, where it's, you know, maybe more in the middle, have fine viewership and engagement. One of my most positive, you know, my most positive Drake review, if you're reading this review, that has a fair amount of views, almost 2 million, and the Scorpion review does have over, you know, 2 million.
What did you give Scorpion?
Scorpion I gave a 4, but you know, look, here's the thing. When Scorpion came out, I had more subs than I, you know, had when you know, if you're reading this, too late came out. What I'm telling you is that whether I'm doing a super positive or a super negative Drake review, I'm not seeing like a huge jump in like, oh, the negative review got
I'm not.
more
No,
views,
I'm not.
you know, so I'm just
I'm
trolling
saying
everybody.
that-
Just
Oh
get under
shit,
people's
the
skin.
enemy.
I don't know, bro. Like, you could, though. You could just be wanting to just fuck with people. And I feel like you would do that. But, but the thing is, hold on. Do you honestly believe that Scorpion's better than CLB?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I'm asking you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably had more memorable tracks on it. Yeah, and I feel like the overall
Kill him!
vibe of the
Oh!
music was a little better. Because
Holy
everyone
shit,
seemed,
that was so fucking
as
hard.
obsessed about the Kanye shit.
That's the other thing I was gonna talk to you about.
Alright, there
I
is
wanted
no
to bring
fun
this up
on
because
hard mode. There
I
is.
just absolutely despise the Kanye versus Drake shit online. Just because, like, if I didn't like Kanye, I'd be all for it. But I actually like both of them. So it's hard to be like talking about shit. But why do you
I can do
think
this.
that
I can
Drake
do
is,
this.
like, obsessing over Kanye when Kanye's the one like going insane, like tweeting shit, like putting shit on Instagram, like he made like a video like walking under like a train station, like saying like, Drake, don't talk about her like that. Like, dude, Drake's not doing anything. Like, what is he doing? He called him old in a song. Like, come on, bro. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, I have my opinions about the way that Drake and Pusha T beef and everything kind of played out that you know, a lot of Drake fans probably don't hear, don't want to, you know, agree with, and that's fine. But you know, as far as like the Kanye and Drake beef in general and the origins of it, like I think you know, this is all very much like Kanye's doing. I think Kanye is absolutely operating from a place of jealousy. You can see that play out if you're looking at interviews, you know, especially you know, from Kanye about Drake over the years. And there was a point in time where he was happy to engage with Drake. And, you know, we're talking like 2010, 2011. You know, like this time frame. Engage with Drake, do beats for Drake, you know, production for Drake or whatever, and you know, Drake was happy to sort of have that engagement. And then as Drake's numbers started like climbing higher and higher and higher, it became really apparent that like Kanye began to see Drake as like a threat of some sort. And you know, I guess you have to sort of understand that maybe for that time Kanye was kind of seeing the writing on the wall, because Kanye was that guy that, you know, Drake kind of is now. He was that guy who was almost like that kind of hip-hop but also pop crossover.
Fuck!
Who could make songs for a pop audience, and pop audiences kind of loved him for it, but he still kind of had that hip-hop legitimacy and cred. And now Drake is kind of like in that spot, without, you know, as much like hip-hop credibility as Kanye has, but he's still doing the numbers that Kanye wants to do, and that Kanye wishes that he was still doing. You know, look, Kanye's fucking jealous of Drake, and that's why, you know, I feel like a lot of this is kind of going in the direction that it is. Now, even though Drake, I think, kind of took the L during the Pusha situation, I feel like part of the reason that is, Drake still in his heart of hearts probably has, like, because of his origins and what inspired him to do what he's doing, he probably still has, like, some appreciation and on some level, like, some love for Kanye. Probably, like, not in a personal sense, because Kanye sort of seems in a way like how to destroy him. But, at least, like, from the standpoint of an artist and a fan, you have to probably still in your
that was horrible.
Hold some kind of, like, love for, who kind of planted the seeds in your head to bring you where you are now. But, on a personal level, Drake probably still, right now holds nothing for Kanye. And while I think Drake has made some embarrassing moves, I don't entirely, hate him for it because, despite outside of him obsessing over it too much in his own music, because, I think he's probably making, the wrong moves because he maybe doesn't want to see Kanye destroyed, or he feels like he doesn't want to push it that far, which is last time.
Damn, I'm stealthing him.
I guess part of the reason that, like, he kind of backed off last time is because, Pusha T was going at him in a way where it wasn't just,
come on,
like,
I can reach him, fuck!
Wrestling anymore, it wasn't
don't die!
At your chest. He, like, hit him, and
fuck!
He felt like he had
almost died.
Brass knuckles on the gloves, you know what I mean? And was like, this is, kind of fucked up. Like, I'm not trying to go this far, you know what I mean? But again, if that's like, if that's your feeling and that's your experience, then just back off and make your hits. Just back off and make your fucking hits. Because here's the thing: if the numbers are the only thing that matters at the end of the day, Drake doesn't need to engage in this bullshit to prove that he is winning. All he has to do to beat Kanye at this point is literally just wait him out. That's all Drake has to do, because Drake's continued success, whether he, goes at Kanye directly or not.
All right, I got some pistol ammo and some slow-mo.
Perpetually hold Kanye in
where can we put this to
is
work?
Just done, because he either becomes irrelevant, or he is just finished with doing it, or Drake just outdoes him to the point where he doesn't matter anymore. And Drake has moved on because he's 10 years younger to influencing the next generation, and he becomes the Kanye to the next person who's going to, carry the mantle. So, look, I think it's just kind of silly for Drake to continue to engage in this, because he's already kind of won. The writing is on the wall. The numbers speak for themselves. All he has to do is just, like, continue swimming at the pace that he's swimming. Kanye's already behind. He doesn't need to stop to look back at Kanye and just, like, splash at him.
Holy shit.
Keep going.
I killed him?
So
holy
why do you
fuck.
Think,
I don't know how I missed that.
Why do you think he's doing this then? Like what's the reason?
I think Drake. I mean, Drake's a person. He's also insecure himself. And I think. I heard you kind of scoff earlier about Drake not having the hip hop credibility. And look, that's just an objective statement, and that's not to say that Drake isn't hip hop or that he's not a real rapper or anything, but he's never gained the respect of his elders in the same way that Kanye has, and even though Drake is in a better place than he was in 2011, he still very much like remembers and lives in that time where everybody knew him as the crybaby, and Drake fans the type of this, and Drake fans the type of that, to do this, to do that, or Drake the type of guy to do this, or Drake the type of guy to do that, and all the crime jokes and the feminine jokes and the gay jokes.
But think about it. Would you?
That
I feel like most people would be like that.
That
He
dog
gets clowned.
Yeah,
he gets clowned, bro.
Yeah, he was clowned for years, and now he's not clowned particularly in that way to the degree that he used to be. And all I'm saying is, like, I feel like in Drake's attitude, he still kind of carries those scars. And even when he's winning, he has to remind us that even when he's winning and he's like the most widely accepted thing in the music industry, period. Not even just in hip hop, in the music industry, period. Like, he needs to continue portraying himself as like, oh, I'm the outsider, I'm the underdog, I have no friends in the industry, I have no this, I have no, like, bruh.
Like, what if he feels like that, bro?
It doesn't matter if you feel like that. Some people don't, like, what if Kanye feels like he's Jesus Christ tomorrow morning? Like, we know he's crazy. We would know he's crazy. So it's like, so in a way, Drake is living in his own fantasy. Because, again, he's the most widely...
That's how he really feels, though.
It doesn't matter if he feels that way. You could still be feeling, your feelings can lie to you. Like, have you ever had depression?
Your feelings can lie. Oh, so depression. What? What about depression?
Well, your depression can trick you into thinking that you're worthless and you're trash and you're garbage and you're this and you're
That's
that.
true.
And that's just
That's
all
true.
a lie made up in your own head. And, you know, people can be paranoid for no reason. People can experience a lot of different feelings for no reason. And I think Drake, you know, partially because it's a narrative that I think sells, but also personally probably feels like, as you were saying, I'm lonely, I don't have friends, I don't have this, I don't have that. When, you know, maybe that's kind of a personal problem. Maybe it's not because the whole industry is against you at this point, when in reality,
So
again, you're the most widely accepted thing in popular music now.
That's debatable because of how much people still, you know, talk shit. But listen, when you listen to Drake, like, do you not believe what he's saying? Because when I listen to him, and I'm not being biased, like, I believe the shit he's saying. Like, I think that's how he really feels.
I would say on this record I had the toughest time that I've ever had doing that on this record. But I would say generally
Really?
yes. Like, honestly, when I
Okay.
listen to records like Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, even Views, you know, I don't really tend to personally take into question a lot of what Drake is saying. I don't really you know, feel like, oh, he's not saying anything real. He's not, you know, speaking reality. He's not doing this. I don't feel like I'm being like lied to my face. I mean, I feel like Drake, just like anybody, is, you know, kind of putting forward a narrative. And, you know, look, we're just like listening to rappers at the end of the day. You know, just because we listen to somebody rap on a track and give us some, you know, images of their life, it doesn't mean we know them or understand them fully. You know, I mean, for a lot of artists, we're kind of hearing like, you know, the lyrical equivalent to an Instagram feed, and they're only showing us their triumphs, or they're only showing us their failures when they can kind of angle it or portray it in a certain way that makes them compelling or sympathetic or this or that.
Yeah.
You know, we're not seeing these people in their boring moments. We're not seeing these people in their everyday moments. We're not seeing Drake take a fucking shit on the toilet. You know what I mean? But you know, with Drake, like anybody, there's narrative weaving. But with his previous records, I didn't really get the feeling that I'm being lied to. But when Drake opens up his record with like, you know, I've been hot since the birth of my son, I'm unfazed, that's a fucking lie. He is totally fucking phased. He's nothing but phased.
But come on, man. You know what it's. Come on, bro. Like, you literally want him to be more confident. Like, that's what you're basically saying. And then he tries to be confident and say it, and you're like, oh, dude, no, you're lying. It's like,
No. You
what do
can
you
be
want him to
confident.
say,
You can be
bro?
confident without lying. You can be confident
What do you
without
mean?
lying.
Okay, so how else is he supposed to be confident about that?
He could look
You
through
just
his
lie
actions,
about
he could
everything.
display that it's
That's
not
the only
real.
way to confidence.
You know, like he could even say.
Way to over
he could
limit.
even say, like,
What
well,
the fuck
know,
are you trying to say?
He could even say in the equivalent.
I'm
of
playing
rap,
as a fatty?
They got me that one time, but I'm still doing numbers. They got me that one time, but I'm still ahead. They got me that one time, but they can't get me off the throne. There's lots of things that you could say. You know, I had to back off this, but you know,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
back on the throne. I had to back off the beef, but I'm back on the throne. Like, say fucking anything. You know, it's like I'm scarred, but I'm not this. You know, there's tons of different ways that you could spin that. That's just like honest to the situation. You know, like but when he's not fully honest and he's telling us that he's unfazed, when he can't stop like, you know, obsessing over this thing and mentioning this thing that honestly, like, we would forget about the Adidon shit if he would just stop bringing it up at this point. Like, it wouldn't even be a thing.
I'm gonna be honest, and this is my one criticism with since Scorpion. I guess it's me personally. Like, when I want to listen to a Drake thing, I don't want him to like talk about his son, and that might be like, I don't know if that's fucked up, Chad, but like maybe in like an outro type song. But when he says like co-parent of the year and shit like that, I'm like, I just don't want to hear that, bro. Maybe say it one time, but I don't want to hear co-parent of the year. But that's my only criticism, and I guess it's the only thing I can agree with like, yeah, like don't bring up the kid thing all the time. Besides that, like, nah, bro, like that's, I don't know. I don't know why you can't and other people can't go into a Drake album.
To respond to what you just said, I'm generally fine with him mentioning his son. I guess it depends on how he does it. Like, I think if he wants to, especially since he's portrayed himself up to this point as this guy who's like the most honest rapper. He's letting us in on everything that's happening to him. I don't see anything wrong with him telling us about his son or doing some dad bars here and there. I think that's cute. I think that's fine. I think that honestly, I think
Oh, fuck.
isn't glorified or platformed enough in hip hop and in popular music. You know?
Who the fuck is that?
Popular music just in general. And I think, you know, it's significant for someone on Drake's level to be.
What the fuck?
The one line on the record,
I thought I was just fighting people in this game.
And this was an honest moment on the record, but like the
What the
I think it was
fuck
the
is
last
this?
track, the bar that he dropped about like.
This game's pretty
having
cool.
unwanted
I just wish the
pregnancies
pistol
and
was
so
more
forth. The way
accurate.
that he put it felt like a
I
little
want it to be
raw,
more
a little
accurate. I
weird,
want
and
that
it's
little
the sort of
fucking
thing that I was
dot
thinking, like,
point on it.
If that was my kid and he like, you know, heard
No,
that
let me aim at a
bar,
specific
like,
point,
when
see
he was
if it
15
hits.
and he went back and listened to my record,
Right in
probably
between that
I think I know
A.
exactly where you're. There's a. I think it was.
It was right next to it.
Fucking fan.
Yeah,
and
you
he
see?
said,
No.
like,
Yeah.
I aimed on the
I had a
A.
kid, and I know
It went
he
to the
didn't like
left of
that.
it. God
Something
damn
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
And it's like a mistake. It's like that's kind of like.
Yeah.
You know, like well, he's gonna hear that.
You know, you
like,
I think by comparison, you have to look at like a guy like Jay-Z, who after he had a daughter, publicly and in his own music, like literally in his own bars, he was having like a series of almost like come to Jesus moments where he was like, you know, starting to see like his old content and some of the, you know, what some people would probably characterize as like misogyny in his bars and everything, and sort of, you know, that coming into context for him and thinking about that now that he is a dad, and I think he kind of handled that with, you know, a certain level of grace, and I hope that with time Drake gets there as well, but I feel like he's kind of struggling to get to that point, you know, because that bar I don't think went over very well, and again, like if I was Drake's kid 15 years from now, I wouldn't.
Oh fuck, it's locked. I forgot to check the rest of the hallway.
Yeah, and I know I can hear the Jay-Z thing. He was like, literally like almost speaking to his daughter or something, and like, I think it was like some Watch the Throne. I don't know, it was something, but yeah, I know what you're saying, but fuck, what was I about to say?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think that Drake is just not there. Like he's not like a traditional parent right now, like with a family and shit. So I think that's why it's different, because he's still like a playboy or something. You know what I mean? That's why it's like different.
I mean, he's probably wrestling with a lot of things because he has an image he wants to portray to people, but you know, there's probably a reality to that image that he wants to continue living, and he, you know, is also kind of it's also hitting him that he has to be a parent and be, you know, present in the way that a parent needs to be. You know, he's probably figuring things out, you know, and you know, and how much to let us in on any of that. You know, maybe he's thinking I have a lot of fans that don't want to hear fucking bars about my son. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not in Drake's head, but like, you know, there's a lot of things he could be thinking, and I don't know. You know, maybe that's one of them.
I'm seeing in the chat, guys. Are you saying? Oh, you said the song TSU was horrible or something.
Yeah, TSU came off a little weird to me, like narratively. And not that I think that Drake had like the worst intentions with it, but I think the way that it was, I think it's kind of a tone.
You said now. Okay, no, this. Oh no, wait, hold on. I remember what you said. You said that he said something about paying for sexual favors.
Yeah, he was talking about, you know, sort of supporting this woman and, you know, sort of their association together, being sexual as well. Yeah.
But he supports her, not that he's paying like as a prostitute or like what?